Oh, yeah, we back. We back. So after that debacle in the first matchup, we hope we get a better wild card matchup here. We've got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Philly won the toss. They elected to defer, so the Green Bay Packers offense will come on the field to start off this game. Here we go. Green Bay with the ball first. And the return is going to... Oh, he fumbled the ball on the first play. He fumbled the ball on the first play. He fumbled the ball on the first play. Did Philadelphia get it? The first play... No, actually, it's not even the first play of the game. The offense doesn't even come out of here. Did he fumble? Philly's got it. Philly's got it. Philly's got it to start off the game. Green Bay's done. Philly gets the ball to start off the game. This is what Green Bay, you can't trust him for anything. He fumbled it so cleanly. What is he doing? Oh my God. The game just started. It's the opening. Are you sure that's not Green Bay? That looked like it was Green Bay. They can't review that though. But it looks like Green Bay recovered it. It looks like Green Bay recovered it. What do you mean it's Eagles ball? It looks like Green Bay recovered it. What? They got to take a look at this. It looks like Green Bay recovered the ball. It looks like Green Bay possessed the ball. I don't know if you could cleanly say that's not the case. I mean, based on that look here, it looks like he did recover the ball. It's got to be Green Bay's ball. Just even from the top aspect, it looked like he recovered it. I don't know about that, man. That looks like it's a recovery by Green Bay. He's got it. That is a recovery. That is a recovery. It's Green Bay's ball. It is Green Bay. They have to review it and reverse the call. That is Green Bay's ball. He fumbled it but got it back. This... That has to be Philly. No, sorry. That has to be Green Bay's ball. That has to be Green Bay's ball. That's not how you want to start this game. I'm not going to lie. How? That is Green Bay's ball. That's such a terrible... That's such a terrible miss. That's such a terrible miss. That's such a terrible miss. It's clear he has possession. If I'm a Packers fan, I'm pissed off right now. That's such a terrible miss. So Philly's offense gets to come out here. That's such a terrible miss. That's such a terrible miss. This is crazy, man. That's not right. That's a terrible call. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the Packers 28-yard line. Hurts hands it off to Saquon here on 1st down. And here comes Saquon Barkley. Saquon spins, picks up a 1st down, gets inside the 15. It's going to be a long game for Green Bay, man. You get that happening right here. That might be the difference maker that gets you beat early on. You don't want to play from behind against Philadelphia. That's crazy. First down and 10 here for the Eagles. Hurts under center here. Going to give the ball here to Saquon once again. Saquon going to get dropped right there. Well, the Packers defense has to hold them to 3. Packers defense has to hold them to 3. Wow. That's a bad call. That should have been Green Bay's ball. That's such a bad call. You could clearly see him recover it. But I guess the place they saw it, they didn't see it. They got to be better at that, man. Clear recovery, but somehow it's Philadelphia's ball. That's crazy. 2nd down and 9 here for the Eagles. Hurts in the shotgun. Interesting to see how he's going to look throwing the ball. He ain't played in 3 weeks. Let's see what he does. First pass attempt here. Hurts. Looking. Buying time. Has all the time in the world. Fires into the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Well, Jalen Hurts looks to be perfectly fine. 3 plays. Jahan Dotson gets into the end zone. And the Eagles strike first in this game. Green Bay's cooked. This might be another close. I'm not even going to lie. Wildcard weekend has been abysmal in these matchups. Whoever wins this plays Detroit or the winner of Washington-Tampa. Yeah, well, okay, if the Eagles win, they're the 2 seed. That means they're going to face off against whoever wins. Yeah, Washington. No, they'll probably... Actually, yeah. Because they'll play the lowest seed is going to eventually... Yeah, because even if it's Tampa, they'll be the 4th seed. Let's just assume everybody in the NFC, the top 4 seed, win the playoff games. So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th seed win. That means the 4th seed, which would be Tampa, would end up going to Detroit. And that's... I don't know. I'm pretty sure Let me think about this for a second. Let's assume there's no upsets in the wild card and all the divisional winners win. That's 1 through 4. That means the 4th seed, which is Tampa, would go to Detroit, and Philadelphia would take on the Rams. Let's say the Rams beat the Vikings. Wait, no. Tampa Bay is the 3 seed, right? I'm sorry. The Rams are the 4th seed. So the Rams, if they beat the Vikings, Rams will go to Detroit. Tampa Bay would go to Philadelphia. But if the wild card matchup, one of them wins, let's say Washington wins, then Washington would go to Detroit, and the Rams would go, or the Vikings would go to Philadelphia. So in terms of whoever wins this matchup, if Philadelphia wins, they're going to take on... If Philadelphia wins, they're going to take on the winner of Washington-Tampa because Tampa's the 3 seed or Washington's the 6 seed. But no. It would have to depend on who wins in the wild card round. It would depend on those lower seeds. Now, if Green Bay wins, they're automatically going to Detroit. If Green Bay wins, they automatically go to Detroit. But I don't think the winner of Washington-Tampa is going to fully decide. Because if Washington wins and they're the lower seed, they automatically have to go to Detroit. Nah, bro, that's a bad call. That's such a bad miss. That is such a bad miss.
30 cities across the country with an experience like no other. Verizon Super Bowl Fan Fest, right on your home field. You win? Get your tickets today. Visit VerizonFanFest.com.
That's such a bad miss.
Powered by Verizon continues tonight on NBC, then tomorrow on ESPN and ABC. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Verizon 5G.
7-0 Eagles. We told you about Jalen Hurts coming back from a concussion, but the Packers quarterback Jordan Love also got banged up last week, didn't he, Tom Ronaldo?
Absolutely, he did, KB.
That's crazy. Do you think Houston could upset Kansas City? I give them a shot, but I don't think Kansas City's going to lose. I think if there's any team that could beat them, it would have to be either Buffalo or Baltimore. Those are the only 2 teams in the AFC I think that could beat the Chiefs. Don't know if they would definitively. Buffalo's already shown that they can beat them in the regular season. Can they do it in the playoffs? When they matched up with them in the regular season, it was in Buffalo. This time it would be in Arrowhead. When they matched up against Kansas City, Hollywood Brown wasn't there. Pacheco wasn't there. They were both injured. They have both those guys back and healthy, and they will be rested. I don't know. So I think Buffalo has a shot. If they can get past Baltimore, they got a great shot against Kansas City. And if Baltimore can get past Buffalo, they got a great shot against Kansas City because they match up well against them. So I don't know. I feel like the only 2 teams I'm looking at in the AFC that really can beat the Chiefs would have to be the Bills or the Ravens. But I think Houston will have a great chance to try to pull off the upset, but it's all going to be based off of their defense because I don't think their offense is going to do much of anything against Kansas City's defense. I think it's going to have to be the Texas defense doing what they did in the first round here. Now, you're not getting 4 picks off of Mahomes, but they've got to find a way to make Mahomes uncomfortable and cause him to be inaccurate. Holding on the Packers. So you're going to start off back into your own end zone and stuff. That's going to be starting you around, what, the 15-yard line? Maybe even less than that. It's a bad start. So Jordan Love already coming into the field, down 7, and Philly's going to get the ball coming after halftime. So the Packers are already in a terrible situation. They're already in a terrible situation. Their defense isn't good enough to hold up. This could very well be a blowout. I don't think the Packers are going to do anything to the Eagles. I just don't. So I think Houston has a chance to upset Kansas City, but I don't really think that's going to happen. 1st and 10 for the Packers. You're down 7 already. Can you go make a statement of the play here on the opening drive? You got to go get points out of this. You're already screwed because someone wanted to fumble the ball on the opening drive. Here we go. Love's got time to throw. Fires across the middle of the field. CJ had the interception right in his hands and he dropped it. Man just floated it down the middle of the field recklessly to absolutely nobody. Wildly overthrew his receiver right into the hands of CJ Gardner-Johnson, who nearly picked it off. Chiefs got another bye week in Houston. Yeah, sure. I would not make those assumptions. It's the playoffs. Anybody can win. Second down and 10. Loving the shotgun here. Fakes it and then hands it off to Josh Jacobs, who gets dropped after picking up a yard. 3rd down coming up here for the Packers.
You talked about it in the open. He had an unbelievable season. I'm talking the 5th best rushing season in Packers history, in their illustrious history.
This is already starting off bad for Green Bay. I just don't know how they're gonna do it. You're already down 7 due to their special teams and defense they've always screwed the Packers over in the playoffs. And glad to see that the more things change, the more things stay the same. That defense is going to fold. That special teams is going to make mistakes. That's what you get from Green Bay in the playoffs every year. 3rd down here. Love gets blitzed. Somehow kept his feet alive. Throws it down the field to absolutely nobody. Incomplete. 3 and out. Packers are cooked. Damn. If this becomes a blowout, I'm going to have to leave this one too because I'm not staying for a blowout. Wildcard round is not living up to expectations, man. But that's what happens when you end up getting into the playoffs as a 7 seed. You get into the playoffs as a 7 seed. You don't deserve to be there because you're a 7 seed. Just because Dallas chokes against a 7 seed don't mean Philly's going to do the same. Hey, this is going to be one of those games. Game just started and I'm not even feeling optimistic at all. Philly coming out for their 2nd offensive drive of the game. My confidence level in this being a competitive game has massively dropped. I don't like what I'm seeing so far, and I don't expect much to change. Green Bay goes 3 and out. Philly gets to score a touchdown. It's just, I don't know. I really don't know. I feel a little, just don't feel confident, man. I just don't feel confident.
Ask your doctor about breast tree.
Sunday. Time to suit up. Half zip, quarter zip, and sacrifice your body.
This is fun.
Because no matter how hard you football, it's easy to Sunday.
Introducing McValue at McDonald's. When you experience the true value of buying this McChicken and adding small fries,
I'm not seeing anything, man. I'm not seeing anything early on.
expand the way you look at everything.
Got plenty of time, though. You've got plenty of time, though. So you're gonna need guys to step up.
That came from me. Really. My first idea was in 1/4 of an hour, your savings will tower over you, figuratively speaking. But that's not catchy, is it? It's not going to swim about in your brain. So I thought, what about 15 minutes, 15%? Serendipity.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Can we stay just a little bit longer?
Don't worry, we'll be back. I can't believe they're leaving. Like, who would ever want to leave this paradise? Ooh,
Do I miss my other half? Of course I do. But do I regret my decision to stay in paradise? Thank you, Charles.
Oy, are you streaming the You know I'm going to. That's the only game I care to. I'm wearing my gear for this. That's the only game I care about. But it's the playoffs. We gotta be here for every game. They should call this the Super Wildcard Weekend to the Super Blowout Weekend. But the way it's looked, it's not looking good. Green Bay got what they deserved. They've been crybabies ever since the Lions lost. It is what it is. Packers won't score 2 touchdowns in this game. Yeah, we'll have to see. Things they look. It's been an opening drive for both sides, but Green Bay fumbling the ball. You need to buy a Jaden Daniels jersey. Oh, I will at some point. I absolutely will at some point. You know I have to. You know I have to. You know he'll be here at some point. You know I'll say this: by next season I will have a Jaden Daniels jersey. So that gives me plenty of time to get myself a Jaden Daniels jersey. 1st and 10 here for the Eagles, starting off at their own 35-yard line. Philly already up 7-0, so there's no pressure on them to deliver at home. They already have all the momentum. They're going to hand it to Saquon, and Saquon right now is going to be dropped after picking up 3 yards. 2nd down coming up here for the Philadelphia Eagles.
We're at dinner last night, and you said this is the best offensive line. I never saw a quarterback get that excited for an offensive line. You throw the ball, you got a lot of time, and you hand it off, and they lean on the guys, and it's a 4-yard gain. So there's a lot of comfort knowing you got.
2nd down here. Play action. Hurts. Fires. Caught. A.J. Brown was on his knees because he was falling to the floor and still made the catch. 1st down, Eagles.
It's a nice, accurate throw there. A.J. Brown, the all-world receiver, ends up catching it from his knees.
Here we go. Handing it off to Saquon here. 1st down, picks up a few yards. 2nd down coming up here for the Eagles.
Made that tackle for Green Bay. Good to have him back. Their middle linebacker has been out the last 3 games with an ankle injury. And important for him to see the guy that calls the plays. He's got the green dot in that helmet. Yeah, an absolute versatile player for him, for Green Bay's defense. They certainly missed him. Does a lot for them. He's just a freak athlete. Plays well in the pass game. He can absolutely knock your head off. So they need a lot of those guys in this game. As we said earlier, it's a physical matchup. It's the playoffs. They need their very best.
2nd down and 9 here for the Philadelphia Eagles. Hurts in the shotgun here. Hurts looks good. He's missed 3 weeks and he looks good so far. He's been accurate with the football. Hurts fires it to the sideline. It is caught. Picks up about 4 yards here. 3rd down coming up here for the Eagles.
The lack of pass rush from Green Bay. They just can't put enough pressure on Love. He's standing back there all day and survey the field, come back to Calcaterra, all the way on the sideline. But that is a product of him getting to his 1st read, 2nd read, 3rd read, 4th read, whether it's Dotson on the touchdown or Calcaterra.
3rd down here. 3rd down and 5 for the Eagles. Empty backfield here for Jalen Hurts. Now they're going to motion Hurts towards, not Hurts, they're going to motion Barkley towards the right, and it's going to be for him a quick throw, and he's going to have to break some tackles, but Green Bay stays fundamentally sound, and the defense actually makes a stop.
They needed a spark from their defense right there, and they got it from Bullard. There's a little bit of an RPO there. He had the option on that run to the left side of the field, bottom of the screen, or the throw to the top. He chose the top, and Bullard made the play. So you need a spark. When you get behind, you go on the road, you fumble, give up a touchdown. Someone's got to slow the momentum. They just did it right there. That was a big tackle by Bullard, the rookie who's been.
They're going to have to punt the football here.
Into the slot with Evan Williams at safety. It's really worked well for this Green Bay D. Here's man to punt it away.
Green Bay's defense. Get out the way. Get out the way. Goes into the end zone touchback. My goodness. Once Lamar is done, let's pick up Daniels. What? What do you mean once Lamar is done? Let's pick up Daniels. I already have a Lamar Jackson jersey.
America's #1 sportsbook. Little stiff.
So I already have a Lamar jersey. I wear it all the time. So, I don't know what you mean like once Lamar's... I already got my jersey for Lamar. So, yeah. When the Eagles played the Ravens without Devontae Smith and laid out Derrick Henry, I knew they was on a different type of time. They are elite in the trenches. Absolutely. They, again, I would love to see... I would love to see who's going to beat this team. I think the Eagles can get all the way. But Detroit, man, even with the injuries, Detroit just don't seem to give a damn. It's like even their backups can play aggressively. So we'll see. What's up, Real? I remember you said Rodgers is one of your favorite players. That's why you root for the Packers. But if Rodgers is gone, you still root for them? Well, I like Jair, and I want to pry him away from the Packers. I still do enjoy watching the Packers. They're not exactly one of my favorite teams to watch like that anymore. But I still do like them. However, I don't see them winning this game. Because the same issues that plagued them when Aaron Rodgers is here is the same issues that plague them now with Jordan Love. So I do occasionally enjoy watching the Packers games, but I'm not picking them in this game. I think Philly's just a better team overall, and they should be able to win. Sorry, but I have the Eagles winning the Super Bowl in my playoff predictions. Barkley, healthy D, smart offense, exact. We'll have to see. I think the Eagles got a great chance to go win the Super Bowl, but I feel that they're going to have some trouble against a team like Detroit. And that's crazy to say with all the injuries they have on defense. Detroit just has everybody playing in unison. That defense is playing in unison, even with all the injuries. And I don't know how Dan Campbell is doing this, so I feel like that one would be the one that would concern me. That matchup against Detroit, in Detroit, would concern me, because the Eagles on the road versus the Eagles at home, two different teams at times. But still, I think the Eagles have a good shot to get there. Feel like the Eagles but you feel everybody's got a bye week against everybody. Everybody's got a bye week. Or maybe Aaron Glenn is a defensive mastermind. That might be the case. Did you see? But again, that's Sam Darnold. But still, he shut down Sam Darnold, those Minnesota Viking weapons. Justin Jefferson didn't get to go off. Jordan Addison didn't get to go off. They've beaten the Vikings twice. That Lions team is pulling off everything. So it's hard for me to pick against Detroit. I think the Eagles are definitely the team that can get all. If they get to the Super Bowl, this team can win it all. But man, against Detroit, it's tough for me to pick. 1st and 10 here for the Packers. They've got to go score to go tie this game. Love, 1st down here. Hands the ball off. Philly, ready for it. Jacobs picks up 2 yards. 2nd down coming up here for the Packers. I picked Detroit to win the NFC because they did what they were supposed to, securing home field and weathering adversity through injuries, and mentally they came out with it in Week 18. Ravens are winning the Super Bowl, and I'll be hitting my 20-leg parlay as well, and I'll pay off my condo. Hey, man. We'll see what happens. I think Baltimore can beat anybody if they play the formula. The formula's there. Did you watch what they did yesterday against the Pittsburgh Steelers? The Steelers were the best defensive matchup against Baltimore because they know how to play Baltimore. They have the personnel to match up against Baltimore, and they just have the aspects of how they're supposed to contain Lamar and how they go about it. Baltimore played their game, stuck to the formula, and straight up dominated the Steelers. I want to point this out again. The Ravens are undefeated when Derrick Henry has rushed for over 100 yards. And they have destroyed teams. They're averaging about 20 points. They're actually averaging 17 points in totality. Against playoff teams, they're averaging about 21-point differentials. They've destroyed teams when Derrick Henry has rushed for over 100 yards. If the Ravens run the football with Derrick Henry in the playoffs, they're going to win. You saw what they did yesterday. They ran for over 300 yards. Pittsburgh had 8 players at the line of scrimmage. They had 8 players at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 8. Love across the middle of the field. It is caught. 3rd down. They had 8 players. 8 players lined up at the line of scrimmage. They knew Baltimore was going to run the football, and they could not stop it. The only other defense at this point in the AFC that matches up well against the Ravens' run game is Kansas City. And we'll see what we do in Arrowhead if we can get there. But we got Buffalo next week. And Buffalo is a great matchup for Baltimore because somebody has to explain to me how Buffalo is going to stop Derrick Henry. 3rd down and 2. Love. Something quick. 1st down. Matter of fact, we have a whole week to discuss this too. Let me see something here. Let me just throw this out because I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about this in the video as we get ready for our preview in the divisional round. So let's see. Derrick Henry.
Throws that ball really well, but not a lot of tight ends can run that type of route.
Jacobs
Josh Jacobs runs here on first down.
play across the 40, and he's going to pick up 3.5. They play today's Fox Super Six.
So let's see. Derrick Henry. I knew it was 199. So yeah, Derrick Henry rushed for 199 yards. That was the matchup. I was like, what was it? Was it 190 something? Yeah, 199.
One other aspect of losing
I'm interested in seeing how the Bills defense is going to stop the Ravens. But that's a different conversation. So yes, the Ravens could definitely win the Super Bowl if they follow the formula. Follow the formula. They follow the same way they played last week. Play that way next week. Get Zay Flowers back. I'm get Zay Flowers back, and we'll see how we match up in Buffalo next week. Here comes a toss on 2nd and 6. The Eagles defense got there, but he was able to pick up a few yards. 3rd down coming up here for the Packers. I have not heard Jello's song. I'm good. I don't need to hear it.
Right, so here you go, playoff game.
Lions versus Eagles will come down to coaching if that comes to that matchup. If it comes down to coaching, then the Lions are going to win.
offensive line all year.
If it comes down to coaching, the Lions are going to win. I'll take Dan Campbell over Nick Sirianni.
Tackle in college.
3rd down and 3. Love in the shotgun here. Takes a snap. Looking towards his left. Pressure's coming. He's going to have to run. They're going to get him down. He didn't even get a pass attempt off. They sacked Jordan Love. He's going to have to... Wow. He's going to have to get rid of that. Also, the offensive line for the Packers just blew that. How do you let him get up the middle of... He went right through the offensive line. Oh my God, the right tackle was so bad. The right tackle just got cooked. He didn't even make a stop. He didn't even block him. Oh my goodness, that was embarrassing. Yeah, Green Bay's in for a trip. They're in for a trip today, man. They are in for a trip. They are going to be in hell. All right, 7-0 game. 5:19 left to go here in the first quarter. This game will be worse beatdown than the Bills and Broncos. We'll see. Jeez, man, that was pathetic. On a scale of 1 to 100, how much do you think the Texans have a chance to upset the Chiefs in Arrowhead? I give them 40%.
And why do you think it is that so many players celebrate with that eating motion?
Do they?
40%.
I don't even know how you make that connection. I mean, come on, man.
Do you think Cowboys fans will be sick if Houston upsets the Chiefs and make it to the championship game before them? I don't know. But if Houston pulls off the upset, they'll get to their first it'll be their first AFC championship game in franchise history. This game is merely the undercard fight for the primetime ceremony, Commanders versus Bucks, which should be fun. Packers are way more fraudulent than people have said. I mean, did you see them lose to the Bears last week? Did you see how they lost to the Bears last week? No Jair Alexander, no Watson because he suffered an injury. I don't know what to tell you. The Packers have been fraudulent all season. They lost 5 of their 6 games in their own division. They got swept. They got swept by the Lions. They got swept by the Vikings, and they lost to the Bears. They're 1-5 in their own division. They're 1-5 in their own. Matter of fact, let's take a look at this. Who have the Packers beaten this year? Because Philly's battle tested. They've beaten some of the best. Who have the Packers beaten this year?
I'm terrified. I just want to go home.
I didn't pick this. I said Packers. Come on. Who have the Packers beaten? Let's take a look at this. Let me go back. Lost to the Eagles week 1. Beat the Colts. So they beaten the Colts. They beaten the Titans. They beat the Rams, so at least you could give them that one. They beat the Cardinals. They beat the Texans. That's fair. They're also headed to the division round. They've beaten the Jaguars. They beat the Bears the first time around. Beat the Niners. Beat the Dolphins. Beat the Seahawks. Beat the Saints. They got swept. I'm sorry, man. Green Bay is not a team I look at and say, with the way they played this season, I can't look at this team and say definitively they're good enough to go on a run. They've beaten a few playoff teams, though, so at least you could say they are good enough to at least deserve to be here based on how they played this season. But against Philly? Are you sure they could beat Philly? Here comes Saquon off the edge. And there goes Saquon. And there goes Saquon. Up to midfield. First down, Eagles. I keep telling people Alexander gets hurt every season. It's been a consistent thing now. They beat themselves with Jordan Love interceptions. But their defense also stinking up the joint at times is a big part of why they lose. It doesn't help that you have a quarterback that has Brett Favre disease. So, yeah, you got a quarterback that constantly wants to act like Brett Favre. It just seems like that's the case. If you're a Packers quarterback, you got to inherit some aspect. Weird. He was... Oh, they tried... Oh, Jalen Hurts. First down. How did Hurts get out of that? He faked the handoff with a Packers defender right in his face. He should have been sacked for a 5-yard loss. Instead, he got away from him and took that for a first down. How does the defense not get him? He's right there. You have to make that tackle. How do you let Jalen Hurts get out of that? Yeah, this is it. Yeah. First down here. Give it to Saquon. Picks up about 4. Second now coming up here for the Eagles.
And that's the thing, Nick's been through some stuff. He's been involved in some turmoil, right? Yelling at fans and yelling at players.
That's crazy. I didn't even realize this. Yeah, the Bills did score 31 unanswered points.
He's a little bit hot-headed, but you know what? I like that. I think some days you got to flip the switch. You walk onto this field, you don't walk onto as Nick Sirianni, the dad, does. You walk on there as a head coach of a football team.
Second down and 7 here. It's just been a running click for the most part. Quick toss here to Goddard. And they get him down right there. Third down coming up here.
The all-pro there on the stop. I think what I like seeing about this offense is it's a throw to Goddard. It's a zone read pull to Hurts. It's a throw to Dotson, a throw to Brown. Oh, not to mention a handoff to Barkley. And now they got a little tempo spread in. They're keeping his defense off balance. It's very unsettling for Hafley to rush those calls in and force them to line up and be really decisive what they're doing on defense.
Third and 3, they're going to hand it off to Gainwell. Gainwell picks up the first down.
He's down near the 25, and that'll move the change for the Eagles. Tom, back to this offensive line, right? You turned there and talking about 3 Pro Bowlers this year, and the guy that didn't get named might be the best left tackle in the league, in Jordan Mailata.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Paired right next to Dickerson, right next to Jurgens in the middle. Bring Mekhi Becton in next to future Hall of Famer Lane Johnson. I'm telling you, there's nothing this offense isn't capable of. When you have that type of protection and what they do in the run game, they're unstoppable when they're playing their best.
Gainwell getting some carries here. Gonna stop him after 2 yards here. Second down coming up.
And here is part of it. How do you measure an offensive line? Well, used to not be able to. Now there's so many metrics you can do it. Here's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
2 average yards before any contact on a rush. So Saquon Barkley doesn't get touched until 2 yards down the field, which is insane.
Yeah, which is absolutely scary when he's running full speed in the defense. You don't touch him. He's 2 yards downfield. He's going to make the first guy miss. That's why he's averaging, the kind of yards that he's averaging. That's why he's at 2,000 yards.
You saw the NFL average is a yard. They're a full yard better than the average in the league.
Second down and 8 here. Here we go. Drop back here for Hurts. Hurts fires. Caught to Devontae Smith for the first down. Yeah, this is going to be a quick game. Slowly becoming the NFC version of Bills versus Denver. Not even. At least the Broncos scored on their opening drive, so they at least made it seem like it'd be a competitive game. Not to mention the Bills only put up 13 points in the first half, and they had times where they struggled before they took off in the second half. The way this is going, this Eagles team's going to drop 20-plus points before halftime. Like, it's not even look at this. They're at the red zone. This is not even competitive right now. First and 10. Here we go. Hurts. Fires it. Incomplete. Pressure was coming. He had to get rid of it. Hey, this isn't even competitive right now.
At some point there, Coach Hapley has to make a decision that he needs to be aggressive. Kellen Moore there, who is a great offensive coordinator, very good in the pass game, but what he's done this year is adapted so much to the strength of this offense. The entire offense has. They're running the ball 65% of the time. The fewest pass attempts in the league. He's adapted, they've adapted, and that's why this distribution is so difficult to stop.
Second and 10. Hurts. Stepping up. Buying time. Running. Rolling. He's got to throw it away. Incomplete. Third down coming up here for the Eagles. Defense, once again, needs to make a stop.
Three targets and a touchdown in this first half.
They haven't, going through almost the first quarter here, Packers haven't had much to celebrate, but you can definitely see in the pass rush there, they're making sure they don't run by Jalen Hurts, take themselves out of the play where he can step up and he can deal. He can run, he can stop and throw. They're forcing him to his right, to where he's going to go, but stay at his level, make him drift and throw the ball away like they did there on that second down.
Third down and 10. Here we go. Hurts. Looking towards his left. Pressure's coming. He's got to get rid of it quickly. It gets batted down. Incomplete. Defense makes a stop here to at least try to keep them in this game. Fourth down here. They're going to settle for a field goal.
A future star in the NFL, number 56 for the Pack.
Yeah, and this is what Coach Hapley does. See, they got all 7 guys up there. This is called blitz zero. It's a max pressure. You're trying to spring somebody free, and they spring a couple guys free. Cooper, their all-world rookie, coming right in Hurts' face. Nothing he can do. An aggressive stop and call by Hapley's defense.
Now Jake Elliott on 31-yard field goal try for him. And
Elliott hits the field goal. It's good. It's a 10-0 game.
10-0 lead with 19 seconds to go in this first quarter. And we'll be right back after this message from United.
You're gonna like this story because it's about you. When does it start? With a flight time that works for you and him. Where does this story take place? Destinations far away. Or ones
Green Bay has to put up some sort of fight offensively. This is going to get bad quickly.
Well, that's up to you. Because when
What team would be a good fit for Ashton Jeanty? What's a team that needs a good runner?
There you go. Saquon Barkley, Eagles up 10. And they got that turnover on the opening kickoff. The Keyshawn Nixon fumble. Punch that in for a
Of the teams, I'm going to look at, get rid of any of the main teams early on. I would, I mean, me just being biased, I would love if Washington was to get Jeanty. But if I'm going to be honest, let me see. What's a team that really does need a running game? Because I don't think he's going to be one of the top picks. Not going to lie, Cincinnati could use one. Cincinnati could use one. Just looking at the AFC. NFC-wise, I think Dallas. Dallas would absolutely be one. What team could use him in terms of would be a good fit? It's not even just about using him. What would be a good fit? Because Dallas needs a running back, but is he a good fit in Dallas? Yeah, you said Cowboys need a back. Same for the Titans. Is he a good fit there? The question he asked wasn't, where do you think, or what team needs a running back? His question is, what team do you think would be a good fit for Jeanty? I don't know if Dallas would be a good fit for him. Final play of the quarter. You give it to Josh Jacobs, and Jacobs picks up 3 yards. Second down coming up here. I mean, it's easy. I know, but with Washington in that case, because he'd be a great fit in Washington, especially under this system.
That's why we do it, Marcy.
It really makes all the effort worth it. Gathering the most in-depth info, making a clean new homes.com that improves improves home shopping, creating a better way for
No,
people
no.
To build their lives.
No, no.
Are you okay?
No, it's the dust.
It was.
Oh, there's
Seattle might be a good fit. Seattle could be a good fit.
Dust in here.
so dusty.
Seattle could be a good fit.
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
The new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco
You think Denver would be a good fit? Denver would be an interesting fit. They do have the capability of running the ball, but I don't know if that would be the greatest of fits. But that is a need. Giants, Raiders need a running back. It's not about need, John. It's about the fit. Do you think he's fit within the offensive system of the Raiders or the Giants? Because if we're talking about who needs a running back, a bunch of teams need a running back. But the question Josh asks, who would be a great fit for Genty? I don't know if Genty would be a great fit with the Giants or the Raiders. He would thrive because, again, a great player is going to thrive anyway, even if it's a trash team. But does he fit within the system that the Giants want to run and the Raiders want to run? Because if they were going to run this aspect here, they wouldn't have got rid of Saquon.
Are you delusional? Fox Tuesday. Gordon's back to help this struggling New Orleans restaurant.
I mean, obviously in San Francisco, he'd be a monster.
Transform this nightmare into a dream. I appreciate you throw
You know what?
all new kitchen nightmares, followed by an all new
The Chargers.
on Fox.
If Greg Roman is going to continue to stay there, he'd fit perfectly in Greg Roman's scheme. That fits the running game. He'd fit perfectly there. The role J.K. Dobbins play, you could put Genty there and he would thrive even more. So I think the Chargers would be a great fit for him, especially if Greg Roman's going to continue to be the offensive coordinator for them or whatever the hell he does for them. If we're talking about fits, he'd fit well in L.A. with the Chargers, especially a team that became more run-centric this year. They became a lot more run-centric this year to try to take the pressure off of Herbert, and that didn't work out for them. But you know what I mean. Like that would be a fit. Pittsburgh, interesting, would be a fit, but I don't know. As a Steelers fan, Baltimore would be scary as a two-headed backfield. There is no way in hell anybody's going to let the Ravens get Genty. If the Ravens see Genty on the board, you might as well take him. Because if you have Genty on one side and Derrick Henry on the other side, good luck beating this team. Good luck beating this team. There's no way any team's going to sit back and let Baltimore get Genty. That would be a huge mistake. 2nd down and 7 here, down by 10, start of the second quarter. What do you have in store? Jordan Love, gotta go make some plays. Here we go. Love, deep drop back. He's taking a shot down the field. He's got a receiver. He's got him. It's picked off. Darius Slay picks it off. This game is going to be quick. He takes his shot. He had a man. The separation wasn't there, and it went right in the hands of Darius Slay. Like, Slay did not jump up to get that pass. It landed right in Slay's hands. Slay turned around and caught it like he was the receiver. Look at that. Slay caught that like he was the receiver. Oh, my goodness. This game is over. This game is going to be over quickly. By the way, if Philly's up huge by halftime, I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day, and I'll get ready for the Commanders and the Bucks. I don't want to be here for bad playoff games. If Philly's just going to dominate this team, we can all go home. We can all go home right now. First turnover in the last 409 plays. Snapped second longest active streak among quarterbacks. Perfect time to turn the ball over, Jordan Love. Put it right in the hands of the receiver. I'm sorry, defender. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Barkley picks up about 3. 2nd down coming up here for the Eagles. My cousin turned the game off and he's an Eagles fan. That's crazy. He already knows his team's going to win. Jordan Love has sucked this season. Jacobs carried. Jordan Love has had his moments where he's been great and moments where he's been like this. It's been up and down, similar to C.J. Stroud. Though C.J.'s been more inconsistently bad than Jordan Love, but again, it's been an up and down affair. 2nd down and 7. Pressure's coming. Flag on the play. Hurts is going to take off. If this flag is on the Eagles, it's going to come back.
Yeah, and that's the problem when you run by Jalen Hurts, and we talked earlier in the game about staying in front of him, forcing him to right and left. When you give him those kind of gaps right up the middle, he's going to take it. Illegal motion. Offense, number 6.
Illegal motion.
Poor penalty there by Smith. But again, that's what Hafley's afraid of in the pass rush. Guys, don't run by the quarterback. quarterback. He's going to step up. He's got a clear vision to throw. And at the same time, if he wants to run,
Penalty on Philadelphia.
in his legs,
It's going to bring that back. Second down here for the Eagles.
Hurts is equally, well, not quite as elusive as Lamar Jackson. He's one of one, but he's not too far behind.
But the penalty moves him back.
2nd and 12. Hurts going to take the snap again. Pressure's coming. He's got to go. Gets rid of it. Oh, it's tipped. It hit the ground. If that didn't hit the ground, it could have been picked. Yeah, playoffs have sucked so far. I mean, if your team's not in it and your team's not winning. In terms of a competitive aspect, these games haven't been competitive. The Chargers and the Texans were competitive, but why that game was looked at as bad is because it was so much incompetent football being played by both sides. You were astounded by how poorly the Texans were playing, and you were astounded by how poorly the Chargers were playing. It was two incompetent teams stumbling themselves through a playoff game until one was more incompetent than the other, and that ultimately led to that team losing because they were more incompetent. 3rd and 12, they're just going to run the football. Nearly picked up the first down. Eagles defense made a stop. 4th down here, they're going to punt the football. But the Ravens, the Steelers game, that wasn't close. From start to finish, the Ravens dominated. From start to finish, the Ravens dominated. The Broncos-Bills game, it was close in the first half. Second half, it became a beatdown.
Start on the Eagles and move it back and do
Eagles with a false start.
False start. Offense, number 48. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
That's on Blossing game, so they'll move it back a few.
Glad you had the pronunciation there.
You know, sometimes working in the mirror helps out. You know, we worked on that a little bit before the game.
Right, you've helped me with a lot of syllables over
That's
the
not
years.
how you want to get called. You don't want to get called out a penalty.
Green Bay's got to do something offensively, man.
You can be electric on punt returns. Had 3 punt return touchdowns in his college career.
And there's, oh wait, he's got some space. He gets up to near midfield, so maybe they can do something with it this time. Green Bay's got to do something. Oh my God. You're down 10-0 right now. You got to do something. You got to do something. Hi, Vay. Green Bay's offense right now is just not moving the ball. Not moving the ball effectively. Not moving the ball effectively. And then you have a shot, you take it, and Slade makes an incredible catch.
Get a large stuffed crust pizza and 16 boneless wings starting at $19.99. Only at Pizza Hut.
When you see a car, you can find it on Auto Trader. Even my TV detective car. Just put your info in the Kelly Blue Book My Wallet, browse personalized monthly payments from dealers in your area, then start and finish the deal online. Case closed.
Boondale. Save.
DJ from State Farm, what's going on here?
Coach saves so much bundling home and auto with the personal price plan. Decide to bundle practice with ballet.
Boondale. Save.
Doesn't that just say bundle and save?
Hey, Hutch.
The tone was set. The tone was set with that fumble. The tone was set with that fumble, man. Yeah, except the Seahawks, Niners, and Cowboys, Bucks, the wild card round games were really good. I mean, last year.
Well, Jordan Love can be a little streaky. In beginning
There's nothing. I'm literally just sitting here, just thinking to myself, damn, this is really about to be another bad playoff game. This is why everyone has everyone that's had problems with adding a 6 seed, not a 6 seed, a 7 seed. Everyone's had a problem with adding a 7 seed because people didn't. Even with the 7, okay, the 7 seed's not playing well here, but these wild card matchups have not been great, and it's just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Everyone had a problem adding the 7 seed, but I don't think